Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's around 7:30 p.m. on November the 2nd, 2018. However, it does not feel like November out there. We have very humid conditions, mild conditions, temperatures up to 63 at Farmingdale with a dew point of 62 and a very strong south wind at 18, gusting to 35. And if we look at the high at Farmingdale today, it got up to 66. So it was warm even here. And let's just see how warm it was in Toms River. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. So 65 in Toms River, and the dew point is 65, so it's even worse there, and it hit 70 there. So very uncomfortable out there. It was starting to rain, and I was kind of walking fast to try to beat the rain, and I just got in here, and sweat is just pouring down my face. I can't deal with this humidity. Shouldn't be sweating like this in November. So we have a high wind warning in effect for our area let's see, that is Massachusetts. There is a high wind warning in effect. Or no, maybe there isn't a high wind warning in effect. All right, maybe there isn't. Maybe they got rid of it. I don't know. I thought that there was one, but I guess wind advisory. No, it's a wind advisory. My mistake. So we have a wind advisory in effect from 11 a.m. To 6 p.m. on Saturday, and this is because of west winds of 15 to 25, gusting up to 50. So this will be behind the cold front that's going to be passing through. But we're going to have some pretty strong winds ahead of it, too. Let's take a look at the radar, and you can see the rain is very quickly moving into the area. I thought that we were going to have until 9 o'clock before the rain would come back into the area, but it is already coming back into the area. As you can see, this large area of rain seems to be moving a little faster than the models have said. And if we go and we look at the other radar here, you'll see that this rain is just moving really fast into the area. So we're going to have some rain tonight, probably about an inch of rain. Let's take a look at the models. Let's see how they handle it. I'm not even going to look at the GFS, which I think is, well, we can look at the GFS. Let's take a look at that. So here we go. We'll look at the GFS. Oops. I'm still trying to cool down after that. It's just very uncomfortable outside tonight. And no, I wasn't wearing a jacket. No, it's just very disgustingly humid out there. And when you take a look at the dew points, you'll see we had this just disgusting air over us. You can see this disgusting tropical air. Dew points around, over 70, actually, just offshore to the south of us. So we have this disgusting tropical air over the area. And then we have this stalled front here that's going to slowly move eastward. There's low pressure developing along it. And then we do see relief from these high dew points probably by late morning tomorrow from west to east. So we will see a much drier conditions after that. I'm just going to go over this weekend's weather, all right, because we have this storm we've got to deal with. All right. And the same thing with the temperatures. Look at the temperatures, and you'll see. There's the front right there, Saturday morning. You can see it across the earth, all this warm air, and then all this cooler air over here. But I really want to take a look at the precipitation and the rainfall. So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's back it up to current. So this is the latest NAM as of 18Z. And you can see it's a little slow with the rain, a little slow with it. They're moving a little faster than that. So this might be a couple hours behind. But you see we have this front that's moving through that could produce some heavy showers and maybe even some thunderstorms. Some of these storms could be strong, maybe even severe. It seems like they blossom as they move east, and that's probably because of those warmer than normal water temperatures and all that humidity. Plenty of fuel for these storms to get going, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are severe thunderstorms. And I can't rule out a water spout or tornado either. It moves away by Saturday morning. Just a slight chance of a shower, mainly north of the area around noon, and then it dries out for Sunday. So that is the NAM. I want to look at some of the other models. Let's take a look at the RGEM. Let's take a look at the RGEM. Resolution isn't as high, but we can look at that too and see if that's a little better. I still think it's a little behind. Yeah, it's initializing a little behind, unfortunately. But you get the same general idea, and I think, like I said, some really heavy storms could be possible late tonight. As this, you can see there's a low pressure system also that is formed along this front, and then it moves away later Saturday. So that model seems to be off. Let's take a look at the HDRPS. So the timing on these models seems to be a little off because the rain is already starting, and it wasn't supposed to really start until after 9 o'clock. So again, this one's a little better. a little better. I still think it's a little behind though. So here's the HDRPS, and the HDRPS is even slower. I think that's too slow in my opinion. That's way too slow. So yeah, that's not even. Yeah. So a lot of these models don't seem to warn. Let's take the HRRR. A lot of the timing just seems to be off on these models. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the HRRR. Maybe this one is got better timing. Still a little off. So it's a little slow. You figure it's a couple hours off, but we're going to see some heavy rain, and this doesn't even develop as much heavy rain. So let me go back to the GFS again. Even though the resolution on the GFS sucks, you know what? It seems to be the timing seems to be the best with the GFS. So that's what I'm thinking. Either way, it's a couple hours, but the general gist of it is we're going to have some really rough weather tonight, and then we have nice weather moving for Sunday. So let's take a look at the precipitation amounts. Let's see how much rain we're going to get from this. So and this is the GFS, and it definitely has most areas seeing at least an inch of rain. Let's look at the NAM. Let's see what that has. Again, most areas see an inch of rain. So most areas are going to see an inch of rain from this. Now the other thing, of course, is the wind speeds. So let's see if we can. One of these has the wind speed here. Yeah, here's the wind speed. So let's take a look at these wind speeds because there was a bit of a concern with that. So yeah, there's going to be some strong winds behind the front more, but the worst of those should stay offshore according to the NAM, and the GFS will probably. But we still have to watch out. There could be some scattered tree damage. Be breezy, but not as bad as the storm we had last weekend. Look at the clouds. Let's see if we see some sunshine tomorrow at least. The sun might try to come out before the day's end, and then Sunday it looks like we have a sunny day. Maybe some high clouds around. Maybe. Let's go to look at the GFS. See what that looks like. So yeah, the GFS looks like it could be some clouds around Sunday. So it might not be a completely clear day. We may have to wait until perhaps Wednesday before we get to see some clear days. We'll see what happens. But we got to get through this storm first, so I'm very concerned about the storm tonight. And again, this is a look at the radar. You see here's the storm, and this line is going to develop and move across the area. But you can see this area of rain just seemed to have formed. None of the models seems to have picked up on it, which is unfortunate. So that's going to conclude this weather update. I don't want to make it too long, but we definitely have some storms coming this way, some heavy rain. If you are out, maybe you try to head in, unless you want to, because it's going to be pouring rain later, wind-driven rain, and there could be some thunderstorms, and some of those storms could be severe. So if there's any severe thunderstorms, I'll try to keep you posted. I'm not sure. It depends on when they develop. All right, so have a good night. Be safe out there. Thank you for watching.